Hey guys, today I'm going to answer some of your questions as best as I can, just from my experience. I am absolutely no medical professional, but we've been on a low carb lifestyle for over 4 years now, and I'm just going to share my experience with you. People ask me all the time, how do you start? Where do you start? And what am I going to feed my family when I take away bread, pasta, and rice and potatoes? What's left for us to eat? And then we kind of get all upset about oodles of fruit and the 5 a day is not working anymore, and so on and so on. So yeah, it's quite a mind shift. That is the real challenge, and that is the reality. I remember just absolutely waking up in cold sweat in the first few weeks of our low carb journey. It was very new. It was not something anybody spoke about. There were no recipes online, and I had to navigate my way through it. And yes, that was how Low Carb is Lekker was born, actually. So what I did was I literally went cold turkey. I decided, I know that if we do this halfway, it's not going to work. So what I did was I literally just removed everything that we should not have had from my pantry, from my refrigerator, and we just had to rely on the foods that we could eat, and we had to get creative with that. Now, my son is on the Asperger's spectrum, and my husband was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And it was really a battle to gain life quality. Now, for many people, it's about the weight loss. For some, it's just about finding that place of eating whole foods and eating healthily and cutting down on all the processed foods that we eat. Whatever your reason is, doesn't matter. What I would suggest is, if you're part of a clan or a family or how many ever people you surround yourself with, try to get them on board. That is my best advice. The chances, and I've seen it so often, if you try to do this on your own, it's like having a setup for failure in the beginning, especially. Have everybody climb on board with you. Nobody's going to feel completely deprived. I mean, now you have my cookbook and oodles of recipes. There's absolutely no need to feel deprived on this lifestyle, as long as you're smart about it. And if you watch some of my videos and you read my book, you'll see I'm a cheapskate. So I don't do all the expensive nut flours and all of that either. So it's not going to break the bank. I hope that is a little bit of a comforting word for you to take with you. So how do you start? You literally upgrade your pantry. It's a once-off purchase. You get seeds in bulk. If you can, just Google it. Find a company that will supply you with bulk nuts and seeds, especially your flax seeds, your desiccated coconut, which you can buy at any store, and that's quite a staple. And then sunflower seeds, chia seeds if you can find them. It's not necessary, but it's very helpful. You are going to pay a little more for your xylitol. Now relax, you're not going to eat 2.5 kgs of xylitol in a month. Buy a kg. It's going to take you so far, because with my recipes you'll see that I use about 1/4 of the sweetness level of any normal dish or the same dish that is a high carb version. I always use less, because your taste buds need to get used to not having that amount of sugar or xylitol, which is a sugar alcohol, and it has no effect on your insulin level. So that's why we use it. Anyway, then slowly but surely, see if you can replace the sources of meat that you have to free range and grass fed. Don't be overwhelmed yet again, because what you want is you want the sources of fat that you use, because this is a low carb, high fat diet, to be good quality. You don't want to eat the fat of an animal that's storing all the toxins from all the grains and soya and pesticides and everything that's been just poured in there. and you don't want to consume that, because fat is going to be your source of energy from now. Now, high fat makes it sound like I'm going to take away the bread, I'm going to take away the pasta, and that amount of fat needs to go into my plate. That is not true. Fat is so concentrated. In fact, 1 gram of fat will actually take you so much further. It's about 39 kilojoules for 1 gram of fat. So you can see how that is potent fuel. So a tablespoon or 2 of coconut oil scrambled into your eggs, or the family pan of eggs, and your dinner is actually more than plenty of fat. Your egg yolks are fat. Your fat on the skin of your meat cuts, those are the fats. Your avocado. So it's not like you're going to be eating and munching away on blocks of butter. All right, so those are the myths. And so all that almost remains is for you to focus on, for a meal, a good quality fat, a good quality protein, and loads of veggies, and non-starchy veggies especially. And you know what? If you're not obese and you don't have a lot of weight to lose, then just eat some carrots. You can have some starch. It's not a no-carb diet. It's just mindful eating. And you don't want to be just getting in the same pitfall where you just almost bulk up your plate with those starchy veggies. But as a family, having your sanity and eating a few starchy veggies a week is okay. It's also healthy. You need to think of the bigger picture, and you need to include good nutrients. Now, with my kids, and I'm going to end off with this, I'll do another episode. But with my kids in the beginning, what was so fascinating was we started day 1, and I homeschooled both my kids at the time, and they used to snack the whole day long. I could never get them to concentrate on their work for much more than 40 minutes, and they would need a snack. So what happened was they were used to having snacks during the morning and then having lunch at 1. And it was so fascinating. We had our eggs and bacon, no bread, because the bread's actually going to make you more hungry, because it's the bread that causes the insulin spike that makes your body crave more carbs, actually. And it's been proven 2 slices of bread will make you 40% more hungry. Just yank it out. You don't need it. I've got bread alternatives. There's so many bread alternatives out there nowadays. And what was so funny was around 12:30, they asked if it's time for their snack. And I said, well, guys, it's almost time for lunch. And they went the whole morning without snacking. They were satisfied and they were full. And you know what, that evening, we each had a little bowl of whipped cream with cocoa and a bit of xylitol. And that was decadent. They loved it. They were hooked. And from there on, we explored together. And a lot of my recipes are actually from Mom, can you please do this? Or Mom, we missed this. And you know what? You have the advantage of using my book and so many other recipes online nowadays. So just start cold turkey. You will not regret it. You're going to eat whole foods. You're going to eat nutrient dense. You're going to limit processed foods. Your body is going to tell you that it's content and happy in no time. Whatever your reason, whether you just feel great, whether your child is functioning better. We saw such dramatic difference with Timon. Or whether you want those pounds to fall off. And by the way, this is a lifestyle. Unless you really want it to be a strict diet and you want to weigh everything, it is going to be a journey. And I would rather have a lifetime of eating whole healthy foods and your body can just slowly adapt to that than having a 10 kilogram weight loss in a month and it's not something that's going to be sustainable. But, different strokes for different oaks. This is me, this is the mommy, this is how it worked for our family. And we still enjoy life. We still celebrate life with food. We are not deprived. So I hope that helps a little bit. Please add your questions below. I would be happy to answer that. And go to my Facebook page or my blogs and see if you can find some other answers maybe to some of the questions you have. It was nice visiting with you.